to my channel. Monique the Stylist here, and welcome back. If you're new here, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. But today's video is going to be about some of the books that I have either read and I'm rereading, or I'm switching back and forth between, or I read on a daily basis. I kind of been switching up between a few books right now. So yeah, guys, I do like to read. It has always been my thing. I like a lot of urban fiction. I like a lot of mystery, self-help documentary, not documentary books, but like suspense books. But my favorite, I would have to say, if I'm looking for something that's like juicy and trashy, I like my urban fiction. Some of the writers in urban fiction that I love is Vicky Stringer, Wahida Clark. Who else is it? If you look up Triple Crown Publications, a lot of them have moved from them, but if you look them up, a lot of those books I have read more than once. Kiki Swanson, books like that. So I've read a majority of those books, and sometimes I've had them in my collection, got rid of them, or lent them out, never got them back, rebought them again, somehow lost them again. And yeah, the cycle has repeated. I kind of want to get back into those books again because they're always relatable, depending on what type of life you've lived. And yeah, so that is a background of a lot of books that I have read or like to read, but I'm going to share with you some books that I'm currently reading. So the first and foremost book, which is my favorite book, which is the good book, which is the Bible. I know a lot of people, they have their own opinions. It is what it is. My favorite version is the King James Version. However, I do have two versions that I read along with the King James Version, just as a further breakdown to give me a better understanding. So I start off with King James Version, but I have a life application study Bible that really breaks down some things when you are studying and trying to really understand the word. And it's a very, very good version and study Bible to have. This was given to me by my mom. And it has really helped with my Bible studies and really understanding a lot of things a lot better. And then she recently gave me the Living Bible, which breaks it down even further. But like I said, my favorite version, the one that I stand on 10 toes down, is the King James Version. But these kind of just help break it down a little bit further for me. Okay, so those are the first two books that I like to read, and of course I try to read them daily because it's just important to me and where I want my direction in my life to go. So yeah, so one of the books that I'm still reading, and this is on Audible, not at all is this sponsored, but I'm just gonna go over the books that either I'm currently reading, I've read, or I'm rereading, or I'm in the midst of reading. So the first book is, I'm trying to expand it. Oh, here we go. So the first book is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This is a really good book. If you've ever he also wrote a book called 33 Strategies of War. I like books like this because it kind of helps you when you're in business to understand. It's like playing chess instead of checkers. is the best way I can explain it. And this book is a breakdown of how people have played chess instead of checkers when it comes to things. If you know, you know. If you've ever read, I always get the author's name wrong, and I'm sorry, but Sensu's, or I think that's how you pronounce it, is Art of War, The Art of War. If you've ever read that book, you would love the 48 Laws of Power. It's really good, and it's just all about strategy and how people use those books to really strategize not only their life, their come up, and their business. So if you know, you know. If you train to see the enemy, you could definitely see it coming. Okay? So yeah, that's one of the books. Another book that I'm actually revisiting, and I read this probably about 2 years ago, and it's by Gary John Bishop, which is Unf Yourself. And I think this is a really good self-help book because it kind of teaches you how to unblock your mind from thinking a certain way to kind of understand how to move forward in life. And I love that. I think it's a good book. I definitely am going to be revisiting that book as well. Another book is that I have started, but like I said, I'm gonna be honest, I probably haven't picked this book up to listen to it probably in a few weeks. But I know somebody else that I watch, they talked about this book, and I have gotten a lot of like cliff notes from them, and it's Chloe Yasmin who I have watched and heard about this book, which is Authentically, Uniquely You by Joyce Myers. And yeah, she made me want to listen to this book because of some of the breakdowns she said that was in it. And you know, it just piggybacks off of the world, of the word, not the world, but the word, the word in the Bible. So this is another good one. Like I said, I'm toggling between all these readings in between everything else that I'm doing. But this is just to kind of get a little bit more about who I am and kind of understand, like, I do have other hobbies besides just giving you guys hauls and things like that. I mean, I literally really show you my real life. So, you know, just to kind of get a sense of who I am, you know, my personality, what I like to read, what I like to do. So, another book, and I have not started this at all, but I have seen a lot of people read this book, called You Are a Bad A, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Sincero. I've seen a lot of people talk about this book and how good it is. So I do have it on Audible. So these are all my books that I have on Audible right now. Honestly, I prefer to read a book than to listen to a book. But I do like listening to a book, especially if I'm doing other things and I don't have time to sit down and read. It is a good alternative. You know, whether you're on a flight, if I'm editing, anything that I could be doing that I can put on my headphones and listen to it, it's a good thing. Even if I'm at work, you know. But I just haven't picked those books up in a while because sometimes I do be forgetting, especially since I canceled my subscription, that I even have Audible. I'm gonna be completely transparent. If it's not in my face, then I don't know. And I am a believer that knowledge is power. My father has always ingrained that in my brain when I was young. And so, you know, it definitely is. It's good to learn about the world around you, things outside of what you've learned in school, because they're not always necessarily true. And you have to understand and seek true knowledge and understanding. So that's why it's good to alternate between different books and kind of getting a better understanding of things. So another book that and it's actually two books by this particular author. And the first book is Meet Your Straw Man and Whatever You Want to Know. Y'all, this book right here, if you know, you know. If you don't know, all I'm going to say is stop being asleep and wake up. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? If you know, you know. Very good book. I am reading through it. It's full of knowledge. Yeah. I'm not going to go too deep in it because I know I don't want YouTube to take away things, and yeah, I'm not trying to get censored. But another book is The UCC Connection: How to Free Yourself from Legal Tyranny by the same author. Again, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you need to know. Yeah. So, these are two physical copies on top of my Bibles that I have been reading. I am in this book right now. I do have it bookmarked, so I still got a lot more reading to do. They're very thin. It's just that when you have a lot of things going on, you kind of have to juggle, okay? It's all about juggle and allotting time and things for everything. So yeah, you guys, I hope this gives you a little bit more insight of who I am, the type of hobbies that I like. Reading is definitely a thing. I love a good book that will have me in the book and not thinking about TV or social media or anything else. I love a good book. If it's a really good book, I'm sitting there hours at a time. You can't pry me away from it. And I will try to get it done in 2 to 3 days. But the way my schedules have been set up lately, I haven't had the pleasure to really kind of do that. But it is definitely something that I am, looking forward to. So if you are interested in any of these books, I will editing Moniquethestylist. Please try to put links in the bio of the books that you shared. Thank you very much. Okay, you babies, I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are, day or night, whenever you're watching this. I just hope you had a great day. I know that everything can be a little stressful, but I tell you what, reading can really take your mind away from other things that you focus on. So just take some time to yourself, be kind to yourself. It is very important. I love my self-care, and just take a little time for yourself. And I hope you guys have a great day or night, and I will see you babies in my next video. Bye.